This is Raphael and John. They're here trying to learn about Krishna. Maybe not so well versed in Sanskrit, so maybe keep the terminology simple as possible.
Sure.
But you understand me speaking.
So I remember, John, like we discussed the lottery ticket last time.
Yeah.
So we will just say it as a ticket. We will not use the word lottery because in spiritual circles, Generally, we will go after lotteries. Okay. Yeah, but so we'll just read the shlokas and the translation, and then after that we will have some discussion. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Samam and Bonam, Chapter 13, Brahma stealing the boys and calves, text 35. Brajasya Rama Premarthe Vikshau Kantyam Anukshanam Muktastaneshva Patyeshvapi Ahetu Vid Achintayat. Brajasya, of the herd of cows, Rama, Balarama, Premarthe, because of an increase of affection, Vikshya, after observing, Outkantyam, attachment, Anukshanam, constantly, Muktastaneshu, who had grown up and were no longer drawing milk from their mothers. Apatyeshu, in regard to those calves, Api, even, Ahetuvit, not understanding the reason, Achintayat, began to consider as follows. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Jai. Translation. Because of an increase of affection, the cows had constant attachment even to those calves that were grown up and had stopped sucking milk from their mothers. When Baldev saw this attachment, he was unable to understand the reason for it. And thus, he began to consider as follows. Purport. The cows had younger calves who had started sucking milk from their mothers. And some of the cows had newly given birth. But now, because of love, the cows enthusiastically showed their affection for the older calves, which had left off milking. These calves were grown up, but still the mothers wanted to feed them. Therefore, Balram was a little surprised. And he wanted to inquire from Krishna about the reason for their behavior. The mothers were actually more anxious to feed the older calves, although the new calves were present, because the older calves were expansions of Krishna. These surprising events were taking place by the manipulation of Yoga Maya. There are two Mayas working under the direction of Krishna: Mahamaya, the energy of the material world, and Yoga Maya, the energy of the spiritual world. These uncommon events were taking place because of the influence of Yoga Maya from the very day on which Brahma stole the calves and boys. Yogamaya acted in such a way that the residents of Vrindavan, including even Lord Balram, could not understand how Yogamaya was working and causing such uncommon things to happen. But as Yogamaya gradually acted, Balram in particular was able to understand what was happening, and therefore he inquired from Krishna. Text 36. Kimetat adbhutamiva Vasudeve Akhilatpani Brajasya Satmanastopesh Apurvam Prema Vardhate. Translation. What is this wonderful phenomenon? The affection of all the inhabitants of Braja, including me, toward these boys and calves is increasing as never before. Just like our affection for Lord Krishna, the super soul of all living entities. We just recite the prayers. Om Madhyanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasa Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama. Thank you so much for coming today morning for this short Bhagavatam discussion. It's nice every day morning to start with the wonderful prayers by Adipurush Prabhu, meditating on the holy name and then discussing some pastimes of Lord Krishna. Yeah. So we take blessings of Srila Prabhupada and then all the assembled devotees. In the last time when I was discussing Bhagavatam, that time Adipurush Prabhu gave a comment that in a particular play, what is most important? What are the components which are most important? So one is, I don't remember the exact terms. There should be a protagonist, there should be an antagonist.
You have to have a good villain.
Good
Villain.
Good villain, yeah.
The bad guy.
The bad guy, the good guy, and there should be some suspense and everything. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, we find everything. So now this particular verse, in movies also we see, right? So there is like, of course, those who see. So there is something happened as a mystery in the movie. And then at some point of time, maybe at 75% of the when the movie is over, so then the mystery starts revealing. There will be some clue, and then people will say, hey, how is this happening? So what is the reason behind this? And then the mystery starts unfolding. So this is that particular verse when the mystery starts unfolding. So for 1 year, it's close to 1 year, almost 360 days. So this mystery was under the carpet. And now the main person starts, inquiring what is happening. He gets a clue. So in this verse. So what is that clue? In brief, like the story is like this. Cows generally give milk to the newly born calves. But here, there are newly born calves and there are older calves. But the cows are showering more affection towards this older calves, keeping aside the newer calves. So this is a very unusual phenomenon. And all of a sudden, so there is this Balram, who is brother of Krishna, like you can see here, Krishna and Balram. So the blue dhoti, the one who's wearing the blue dhoti, is Balram. And then the other one is Krishna. So they're all surrounded by cows. So, and then these are at elder stage, like when they are young, so they were taking care of cows. So all of a sudden, when Balram sees this particular unusual phenomenon, so we call this as anomaly, something which is normal and then something which is abnormal. So we do this anomaly detection in cybersecurity. So something which is not normal. So then we start investigating this. So Balram started investigating. So what is happening? And then, of course, we know this past time that Brahma stole these small calves and small cowherd boys. And then Krishna expanded as these cows and cowherd boys. Calves and cowherd boys. So there are like 3 points which today we would like to cover. So first thing is, these cows are showering increasing affection towards calves. So we know that the calves are expansions of Krishna. Cows are getting attracted towards Krishna. So this is the unique principle of God. When we see, okay, hey, what is this? This person is just a small, he is just tending cows. How we can say he is God? Okay, he's just tending cows. How we can say he's God? But at the same time, cows are getting attracted towards this particular person. In our normal circle, so we get attracted to some things. Generally, in this human form, so we get attracted to the opposite gender. But never we see that an animal get attracted to human being. So that is not common. That's very rare, or it's not practical also. And then suppose there is a beautiful looking lady, and then she goes near to a lion. So the lion naturally doesn't get attracted to the lady in the terms of her beauty, but the lion will say that, oh, I'm getting my good meal, so my meal is waiting. So like that. But Krishna is not like that. So Krishna is one who attracts each and every species. So that is the greatness of Krishna. So this is the example here. The cows are getting increasing attachment towards these calves, because the younger calves, the older calves are none other than Krishna. Because when Brahma stole this particular calves, so Krishna expanded himself, and then after that, in the course of the next 300 days, some more calves were born, but they are not Krishna. So that's why mother cow is showering a lot of affection towards this new calves. So the thing is, the love towards Krishna can break all these natural phenomena. The natural phenomenon is cow can get attracted to the younger calf, but here Krishna is breaking this natural, and then so Krishna attracts each and everybody. Krishna came as a female form, Mohini Murti, and he was attracting all the devatas as well as the demigods. Even Lord Shiva, who is the best of the sense controlled person, so he also got bewildered seeing the Mohini Murti. So that is the power of Lord Krishna. And then there is a very nice verse, so about the beauty of the Lord. So, but I don't think we have time for that. But at least I can quote that verse. Maybe later we can. So that is 10:21:5. Barha Pedam Natavara Vapu Karnayo Karnikara. So that we can meditate on how Lord Krishna looks like. So we can see Lord Krishna is wearing a peacock feather, and he was holding a flute. So just give me a minute. Pull up that verse. It's a very nice verse. 10:21:5. So this one we can meditate on. So this verse actually helps us understand the beauty of the Lord. Why people get attracted. Why animals are also getting attracted towards Lord. Barha Pidam Natavarabapu Karnayo Karnikaram Vibhrat Vasa Kanaka Kapisham Vaijayantim Chamalam Andhran Venu Radhara Sudaya Purayan Gopa Vrindai Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishat Gita Kirti. So let us go through this translation. So how beautiful the Lord is. So Lord, he's wearing a peacock feather. Lord is wearing a peacock feather on his top, ornament upon his head. He's wearing blue Karnikara flowers on his ears. So we are not able to see that here. And he's wearing a yellow garment as brilliant as gold. So we can see here, yellow garment as brilliant as gold. And Vaijayanti garland. We can see he's wearing a garland. It is called Vaijayanti garland. The flowers are Vaijayanti. So Lord Krishna exhibited his transcendental form as the greatest of the dancers. So we can see he's not standing straight. So he's in a threefold bending form. So near the knees, and then near the waist, and then near the head. So he has threefold bending form. So he's an expert dancer. As he entered the forest of Vrindavan, beautifying it. So when he enters forest, we see, oh, let's go to the woods. Bhima Prabhu is here. So it's woods there, very nice, beautiful. It's very natural when we go upstate, and then, so it's natural. So woods are naturally beautiful. But here, when Krishna is going to the woods, so he is beautifying them. So that is the thing, beautifying it with his marks of footprints. He filled the holes of his flute, like you can see, he's holding a flute, So he's filling the holes. Flute has holes. So he's filling the holes of his flute with the nectar of his lips. And the cowherd boys sang his glories. So this is the beauty of the Lord. And then not just cowherd boys, everybody is getting attracted. So now the question is, okay, we are going to 7 minutes time. So this is Lord is so beautiful. Okay, that's why everybody are getting attracted. But the thing is, they are not able to understand what is the truth. So the cows are thinking, these are my calves. Of course, I'm feeling more attraction, but these are my calves. But in reality, they are not his calves, they are calves. They are Krishna. So that means, they are under illusion. So here, Srila Prabhupada is telling there are two types. One is Yoga Maya and one is Mahamaya. So Yoga Maya, Mahamaya means, what we generally think. So we think, okay, yes, what is your name? Raphael. So you are Raphael, right? But when was your name given?
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
His name is Ralph.
Oh, okay, great. Raphael. Oh, very good. Now this is more. Okay. Okay. 3 days ago, were you Raphael? No, you're Rafa. What is his name? Raf. Okay. Yeah. So the idea is that if you say I'm Raphael, but I was there when my name was not given. And then somebody else may give you a new name. Like his name is Adipurusha Prabhu. But before that, he has another name, but he was given a new name. So the thing is, if I say I am this person, I'm this name, I'm Krishna Daya Das, but I had another name previously, but I'm the same, name changes. So if I identify with my name, that is called illusion or Mahamaya. So we are under Mahamaya. So we think something, we think, okay, I am an American citizen. So we think like that. But citizenship can be changed, right? So we can take a EU citizenship. So then we are no more American citizens. So if you identify with these things, then we are under Mahamaya. But there is something called as a Yoga Maya. So Mahamaya, what it does is, it separates us from our true identity. So we keep thinking I'm a husband, or I'm a employee of such and such organization. So, but that is not our true identity. There is something, these identities keep changing, just like we discussed. These identities keep changing, but there is something called a true identity. So this Mahamaya, or this illusion, it takes us away from true identity. But there is another thing called Yoga Maya, or the spiritual illusion. So what it does is, that is what here, it's happening. The cows are thinking, oh, these are my calves, I'm getting more and more attachment. But actually, those are not, the calves of the cows. That is Krishna. So Yoga Maya helps to interact with Krishna in a much more intimate way. So this is the difference between Mahamaya and Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya also keeps an illusion, but that will facilitate, the soul's interaction with the divine. So these are two things. So that helps us get more and more close to our true position. So with Yoga Maya, we increase our attachment towards Krishna. So that is the two difference between Yoga Maya and Mahamaya. And then the final point for today is, so how this influences in this Yoga Maya? People think, oh, what will happen to Krishna? Krishna is the Lord, he will definitely win. Many times Krishna keeps fighting with demons, right? Even Lord came as a boar incarnation, Lord Varaha. So he was fighting with a demon called Hiranyaksha. And then, it was an intense fight. So Lord is supremely powerful. So we can see here, there's a painting. I don't know how many of you. So he's lifting a big hill called Govardhan with his little finger. This little finger he's lifting. So he's such a powerful person. So why he need to fight with a small demon? And that too, he's fighting almost for a week or something like that, 28 days. So he's fighting, and then he's also getting blows, and then he's giving blows and things like that. And then all the remaining people are watching what will happen, whether this demon will be killed or not. And then it's, no, I think it's the same day, I think. So it's approaching dark, so it's approaching, evening is coming. And then they're saying, Lord, kill that demon fast. Why? Because if it is evening, if dark approaches, then the demon will gain more power. Then it will become more difficult for you. So kill him fast. So this is what, adding spice. So he was telling, right, we should add spice in the, drama. So then, it will be more. So Lord adds spice, and Lord waits, and then evening comes, and then people are, oh, what will happen? And then Lord kills. So that's what, so Lord, intentionally, Lord, also appears in a distracted way, or, so he also appears fatigued and then everything, so that, it will spice up the things, and then ultimately Lord will accomplish. So similarly, here Balram, who is the brother, who is next to Krishna, so he is not in this particular pastime because his birthday was there. So he also appears confused. He knows everything, but he appears confused. He don't want to be an exception to this pastime. So like everybody, he also thinks that, oh, these are normal calves and then everything. And why Krishna kept Balram out of the picture? Can anybody say? So when Brahma is stealing these cows and calves, so why Krishna kept Balram out of the picture? Anybody online can unmute, or anybody?
Maybe he's trying to teach the human. He's trying to teach the human being, a lesson. So that's why he wants Balram to act like he doesn't know either.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, he wants to convey also that even Balram also cannot understand this. Yeah, so that's correct. So any other thing? Any one more thing? Anything in the chat? Let me see.
How is it by Bala not being in the picture that the living entities become enlightened?
Living entities become
Enlightened by Bala not being in the picture.
Oh, okay. So Prabhu is telling that living entities get enlightened when Balaram is not. Yeah.
It's obvious to explain that.
Okay, thank you. So one reason, Arjuna. So one reason I was hearing from Gokulanand Prabhu, from Juhu. So he's telling that they are friends, Balaram, Krishna, and all his Gopa boys, they're all friends, and they're taken away. So Balaram can't feel that intense pain. He can't tolerate that pain. So when friends are separated, they are somewhere stolen by somebody. So Balaram means he wants to exhibit his strength. Who can take my friends? So let me do something. So Balaram can't wait. So Krishna even kept Balaram under the Yoga Maya so that he will not understand. Krishna is already feeling the pain. So why Balaram should feel pain? So these are some of the things, how Krishna is very sensitive towards his devotees and the feelings. So now it's 7:47. So we will summarize the 3 points what we have discussed today. So first is how the mystery is unfolding, and then so Balram sees a particular activity. So the cows are feeding the older calves, not the younger calves. And then we saw how Krishna is supremely beautiful. He can attract every species. It's not that only humans get attracted, but that's how Krishna is different from the living entities. He can attract every species. And then we have seen this. There are 2 kinds of illusion. One is the divine illusion, that is Yoga Maya, and then another is the material illusion, Mahamaya. So Mahamaya, we get entangled, we get far away from the original truth. The original truth is like we are a spirit soul. But Mahamaya thinks like we are the boss, we are this particular citizens, and we are this particular gender, we are this name. So this is what is Mahamaya. But Yogamaya is something. So there also will be under the influence, but that will help us increase our love towards Krishna, our attachment towards Krishna. And then finally we saw how under this Yogamaya people can be influenced. So they think, oh Lord, I have to protect you. Finish this fast. You will be saved. It will be easy for you. For Lord, everything is easy. So Lord did not take tension. But Lord likes to spice up things and give more happiness towards his devotees. So that's how the Yogamaya works. And Lord is very caring even to Balaram. So he doesn't want Balaram to feel the pain of separation of his friends. So that's why he keeps Balaram under the influence. And Balaram is also matured. So he wants, okay, Lord, you want me to be under this influence? I'm happy. I don't want to be an exception. Hey, I am also very great. Don't keep me under this influence. No, I'm a part. Everybody has a role to play in a drama. So then only the drama gets, beautiful. So Balaram plays his part. So 749, thank you so much for your patient hearing. Any comments?
Yeah, I want to say
Yes. What should
I'll come up.
Yes.
I think a lot of times people have like two levels, like that it's basically God, but yet you somehow emotionally get caught up with yourself. It's like it, but you push it aside. For example, we all know that we're not immortal, and yet somehow, in a sense, you think you are. So I think all humans have that, where something, which was God, and yet somehow you get caught up in this world and you sort of push it to the side. Although it gets into like your subconscious.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you. Prabhu has made a very nice observation that yes, we know this knowledge, but sometimes, many times we brush it aside and then we get carried away. So, yes, it's the example of swimming. Yeah. So we know, but if the current is too fast, or too heavy, so we cannot keep our momentum. So we get drifted away. So the thing is, so it's a challenge, but Sangat Sanjayate Kama. So if we have a good association, always Nityam Bhagat Seva. Every day we should keep reminding what are our priorities, so that and then when we are going in an upstream, so if we hold hands together, then it is easy for us not to be drifted. So that's why Srila Prabhupada has created us this place where we can come together and take association and be reminded every day of our constitutional position. Yes, outside we go, it's easy to be drifted. So we come every day, take our dose, and then go outside. Thank you, Prabhu, for nice observation. Yes, Adipurush Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. You can hear okay, Nanda Bihari? Hello?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay. This is an interesting story about how Krishna took the form of these boys and calves. And then they were more attractive. And it brings up the subject matter of how we have a bond of affection with Krishna, with the Lord. It's normal, it's natural. And in this world, people are attracted to, they have these fashion magazines with these beautiful girls, and they have these bodybuilder magazines with these very strong men, and these wrestlers and football players, and how they have strength, and that's attractive. And we have these stories in the media about wealthy people, famous people, talented people, and Krishna has all these attractive features. He's the most beautiful, he's the most strong, he's the most intelligent, he's the most wealthy, he's the most famous. And so people are drawn to these qualities, but nobody has them as much as Krishna. So that's the main attractive feature. And how wild it is, just like Angel was saying, we forget that relationship. We become sleepy, we fall into the dream that I am this body and there is no God. I am in control. My enjoyment is the most important, but actually Our true happiness is only there when we respond to the attraction to this, the source of everything, to the Supreme Lord, and then everything else is accomplished. So Krishna is very attractive to everyone. How wonderful is Krishna? How wonderful is Krishna? We're here to glorify the Lord. Okay. Anybody else? We'll go to Prabhupada.
Thank you. Adipurush Prabhu brought up a very interesting point. It's natural, our attraction towards Krishna. So the purport, second purport I could not read, but the first line of the purport Srila Prabhupada is telling. This increase of affection was not Maya, rather because Krishna had expanded himself as everything. So because of natural, the affection, because of affection for Krishna, had more affection for the older calves than for the newer calves. So Gokulanand was telling that a baby, likes to be very comfortable. Babies cry. So baby can be pacified when he or she is in the mother's lap. No matter the mother is, it's not that the mother may not be wearing a very costly dress. The mother may not be very rich, but when baby goes into the lap of the mother, then only pacified. So similarly, so when we go to Krishna, so the natural habitat. So when we go there, so then we will be pacified, no matter. So it's said that dress and address doesn't matter in love. So wherever Krishna is. To Rich Prabhu is telling, to Angel's point, let us remember what we already know. Yeah. So Rich Prabhu is telling. Anything else in the chat? Thank you, Ananda Manjari Prabhu. She is making a lot of notes. And anybody else want to say anything? Rafael, you want to say something? Did anything make sense? Today's discussion.
Come up. There's 20 people online that can hear you.
It was just a simple quote that I read the other day. I'm so trapped.
We can't hear Raphael.
Yeah, I'll repeat it. Yeah, you're saying I'm so trapped up in this.
I am so trapped.
Oh,
Okay.
so Raphael is telling that.
Why don't you just repeat what he's saying?
Yeah,
Yes.
just repeat what he said.
Just repeat what he's saying.
Yeah.
Stay where he wants.
Yeah, sure. So Raphael is saying that I'm a soul trapped in this body. So that's such a deep realization. Thank you. Great. Yes.
Well, Raphael read 189 pages yesterday in Prabhupada's book. One thing is a quote from Buddhism that says, if they will hear me better, the Lord says, if they will hear me better as I appear as a beggar, I'll appear as a beggar and speak the Dhamma. If someone will hear me better if I appear as a king, I'll appear as a king and speak the truth, speak the Dharma. If they'll hear me better if I appear as a woman, God bless you. May Krishna continue to bless you with pure devotional service. If they hear me better if I appear in a feminine form, I'll appear in a feminine form and speak the truth and explain to people how to come to me. Right? That Krishna comes to defeat the demons, to encourage the devotees, and to enunciate the principles of religion so that people know how to go back home. He says, Krishna says, I will appear, they'll hear me better if I appear as a demon, I'll appear as a demon and speak the Dharma. So it's kind of an interesting thing that Krishna is going to attract us and people are attracted by different things, but he's very tricky and all attractive. How wonderful is Krishna? Sorry.
Thank you, Adipurusha Prabhu. I have a reflection, Krishna Daya Prabhu.
Sure.
You were describing how Krishna is making everything more beautiful. And I was thinking of this analogy that Srila Prabhupada has. He says, without Krishna, all our abilities, our talents, our fame, it's all just a bunch of zeros. And Krishna is that one that comes before this group of zeros and makes them into billions and millions and gazillions. So in the same way, if you're, for example, if you have a beautiful smile like you do, Krishna Daya Prabhu, if you smile for Krishna, it's even more beautiful. Or like Adipurusha Prabhu is famous, Adi and his band is famous, but they're singing about Krishna, about Prabhupada. It's even more beautiful. Krishna is magnifying your fame. And yeah, Adipusha Prabhu told me yesterday that he's not this body and he's not his apron. So they are rebranding. We're rebranding his band. It's Prabhupada's band now. No more blue aprons. Prabhupada's band. Right? Okay. Anyone else online would like to reflect or ask a question?
One more quality of Krishna. Gave me the name Adi Purush. Means that Krishna is the one who has the most fun. He's the foremost enjoyer. He's also the best comedian, right? So Ananda Vihari is in that line. It's one of the rasas, comedy, right?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. The truth is, Prabhupada said, the truth is even more interesting if we can present it in a humorous way. Glory to Prabhupada.
Ananda Manjari has her hand raised.
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Do we have enough time?
Yeah, we have. Please go ahead.
Okay, so I was reflecting and feeling grateful for the fact that Srila Prabhupada repeatedly, for our own benefit, gives us the same philosophy so we can finally realize it. And it's like the foundations of Krishna is all attractive, so perhaps we can finally release attractions to the temporary nature and illusionary energy, and the same thing as we are not our bodies, which is so hard to realize and truly live out in our spiritual pursuits. And so I'm just thinking how simultaneously we are offered such a high philosophy, which is completely bewildering, and we are not able to comprehend it because we don't have yet even the simple complete realization that we are not our bodies. And so how do we navigate these two things? Because I find myself really struggling there, which is like, I probably could say like multiple lifetimes just cultivating this focus of really truly realizing I'm not this body, and then be able to understand the philosophy more, but I'm just struggling with these two things.
Yeah. Thanks for the nice observation. So yeah, it's true. It's the greatness of Srila Prabhupada he's emphasizing again and again. The thing is, like, your question is, how do we, reconcile these two? Like, how do we get in our understanding? How do we stabilize, that we are not this body? So yeah, Srila Prabhupada not only just gave us the philosophy, but he gave us the process also, how to live in that particular understanding. So, just philosophy doesn't, he gave us the application, how do you apply that particular thing at every step of our life, like Bhagavatam, sat service, and then repeated hearing, and then take association. Like recently somebody was telling, like, if we hear from, associate with people who have that particular understanding, so we get, solidified in our own understanding. So it's always Srila Prabhupada gave us the opportunity to associate with people who are matured in their understanding. So thank you for your wonderful question and observation. So the curtains are opening. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.
Krishna Daya Prabhu ki jai. Hare Krishna. Darshan time. Yes, cameras on. Bending up like Rich Prabhu. Yes, Himangi Sundarananda. Yes. Gail is raising her hand. I guess she's standing. She's raising her hand to greet the Lord.
No, it was just I was too late for my question. It's not a question, it was a comment.
Okay. Sorry, Gail.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna wants to hear.
Okay, this is it for today. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Reach Bhakti, very good to see you. How are you doing?
Hanging in there.
Good, nice. Hanging in Krishna consciousness, that's good. Hemangi, how is everything? How's the family?
All well, by Krishna's mercy, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Good, nice. Sundarananda Ji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Where's your tie?
I don't know what I just have this phone, that's it.
Okay, good seeing everybody. Yogeshwari, Donna, Krishna Radharani, Suzanne, Prema Vinodini, Angel, Amrita Kishori, Didi, Sharmila, Ganesha, Aaron, Gail, Donna Kili Prabhu. Love you all. Hari Hari Bol. Have a wonderful Thursday.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.